Hello, my name is Hanifa Mahasin Shuaib Peters, and I have literally studied in the field of early childhood education for my entire life. No, literally my entire life. See, it started when I was born till about 8 years of age. I needed to figure out how this whole thing worked inside of me, how the theories worked, how I grew, how I developed. At 8, I started observing my friends, family, community members. By high school, I was a professional babysitter, and I could tutor with the best of them. Now, I took a small sabbatical in college because, hey, I figured I should try business out, and quickly learned that was not a profitable decision for me. So I ran back to the field of early childhood and achieved my master's degree in the field. And while I was so engrossed in the topic, I decided that I needed to have children of my own. Because, hey, we all need specimens to study, don't we? So I've had my 2 children, and I decided that this is not enough. So I'm back, and I'm working on my doctorate in educational leadership in early childhood education. But as I've studied in this field and worked in this field and fought in this field, I have learned you all have got preschool all wrong. I'm here today to share with you why preschool is more than just about kinder readiness. It's actually a significant social experience that parents, teachers, educators, politicians need to be very aware of. Now, it starts with statistics like this. See, there's all of these statistical studies out there that say, hey, the more preschool you get, the more successful you will be in life. So this study suggested that the higher level of the parent's education, the more likely that child will attend preschool versus parents with a lower level of education. And to me, this is like common sense. People with more education are likely to have careers, so they need people to watch their kids. So if you want to increase the number of kids in preschool, hey, maybe you might want to get people more jobs. And then they'll have some place to send their kids. But aside of that, statistics like these fuel initiatives, such as Universal Preschool for All, that suggest that, hey, the sooner we get kids in preschool settings, the more we'll be working on their development and get them ready for kindergarten. See, let me back up and tell you a little bit about what early childhood education really is. So early childhood education is the study of the growth and development and education of children between the ages of 0 and 8 years of age. Or you can also say between the ages of birth to 3rd grade, however you want to think about it. So these type of initiatives encourage us to think about, we want to get more kids in school, but it's fueled by this idea that as soon as we get them in school, they'll be more ready for kindergarten, therefore they'll be ready to be more successful in their academic years. So high quality preschool is supposed to look something like, we have happy kids, we have happy teachers, they're learning all of these traditional academic skills like reading, writing, arithmetic, and of course there's some social involvement there. Now, the preschool setting is a perfect time for both growth in the brain. We all know that, all the theories suggest it. But I'm here to tell you, I've worked in preschool for a couple of years now. Preschool looks nothing like this. Preschool looks more like this. You see, what happens is, during the preschool years, children are working on their personality. They're working on understanding how to work with one another, how to work with other people. It is about personality development. And I say that preschool is like a social microcosm from what's actually happening on with us as adults in the world today. See, I am a preschool teacher in my mind all the time. I have a 4-year-old, and he's awesome. And the preschool conversations often go like this. Teacher, he's touching me. Teacher, I want that. That's mine. That's not yours. It's a lot of fighting. It's a lot of miscommunication. And it's a lot of things that deal with children needing to understand who they are in relationship to other people. See, we've gotten away from this idea that preschool is for that. And we begin to focus on this idea that we need to teach them how to read, how to write, how to do arithmetic. 90% of children's brains are developed by the time they are 6 years of age. So that doesn't mean that 90% of the knowledge they'll have, they have to get it by 6 years of age. It means that 90% of the neural pathways that you are using right now to process everything that I'm saying to you today is actually based on the information that you received during this time years. So I'm suggesting that we need to focus on using that 90% of time to focus on developing those interpersonal skills that are going to create excellent people. We want people who are culturally conscious of the things that they do. So I am implying that we need to stop focusing on building certain skills that technology will get children to learn today. See, we don't need to cram data anymore. If we get down to it, what do they really need to know how to read and write for at 4 years of age? They don't have jobs. They don't have anywhere to be. They don't have appointments to make. So we're putting so much energy into a certain period of their life when actually we should be reassociating all of that energy to developing the skills that we need them to have to be social human beings. Is it not that we want great people? Because I believe that great people are also great achievers, so we don't really lose out on much. And I believe that children need to learn to grow up to see social justice as a norm and not a request. I think that the early years of education should be used to set the foundation for developing culturally conscious, socially conscious, morally conscious, literate individuals capable of functioning as leaders responsibly within modern society. Now, let's be clear. Leadership has nothing to do with power or authority. Leadership has to do with progress and the ability to understand progress and initiate progress towards excellence in every field of human endeavor. Are those the type of children we are focused on raising today? Or are we focused on raising children who are good students? Do we need good students or do we need good people? So when you see that preschooler, don't think preschooler, think pre-leader. Think pre-member of society. What are you doing to make sure that these children are being put in a condition, being put in an environment that supports the development of those skills to allow them to socialize accordingly, to live in the world that we strive for them to have for the rest of their lives? So I ask each of you, if you really want to know how you contribute to society, take a moment to reflect on your childhood. Thank you.